everyone. Today we are going to cover Chapter 5, Section 1, which is about the integers and integer addition and subtraction. So in this section, we are going to talk about the meaning of integers and how we represent them on a number line, and models and properties for addition and subtraction on the integers. So the set of integers in this course we're going to denote by a capital I, and this is all of the whole numbers, 0, and all of the negative whole numbers. So we have all of the integers. Negative integers are opposites of the positive integers. So for example, negative 4 is the opposite of positive 4, and 3 is the opposite of negative 3. So we can find each integer's opposite. So 3, I just said, the opposite of 3 is negative 3. The opposite of negative 5 is 5. And the opposite of 0 is neither negative or positive, so 0's opposite is actually itself. On the integers, since we're introducing negative values, we can talk about what's called absolute value. So absolute value of a number is written with these bars on the side. Absolute value of A, it's the distance from the number to 0 on the number line. So the absolute value of negative 4 is 4, since there are 4 units between negative 4 and 0 on the number line. And the absolute value of 4 is 4 because there are 4 units between 0 and 4 on the number line. The absolute value is always positive or 0. And the only time we're going to have 0 as an absolute value is when the absolute value, we're taking the absolute value of 0. So we can define absolute value as the absolute value of x is just the number itself if x was positive or 0. But the absolute value of x is the negation of x if x was less than 0. So if x is negative, then we find the opposite of that negative value. So if we look at some examples, the absolute value of 20 is just 20 itself because 20 is already positive. Now the absolute value of negative 5 is going to be the negation of negative 5 because negative 5 is already negative, so we have to make the absolute value is going to be the positive 5. The absolute value is 0 is itself 0. And now if we think about the absolute value of some number x being 3, we have to ask ourselves, what are all of the possibilities for x that would give me an absolute value of 3? What are all the numbers that are 3 away from 0 on the number line? So one obvious answer is 3, positive 3, but we also have negative 3. So x can be positive or negative 3. And if we have this case where x plus negative 5 is equal to 1, we might ask ourselves, okay, I am going to be looking for all of the numbers x plus negative 5 that are 1 away from 0 on the from 0 on the number line. So that means I'm going to have x plus negative 5 equal to 1, or x plus negative 5 equal to what? Negative 1. So in the case x plus negative 5 is equal to 1, I can solve for x by adding 5 to both sides. To cancel out that negative 5, I would be left with x equals 6. Or in the case x plus negative 5 is equal to negative 1, I would have x plus 4. I can check my answer by saying, okay, 6 plus negative 5 is going to give me positive 1, and the absolute value of positive 1 is 1. 4 plus negative 5 gives me negative 1, and the absolute value of negative 1 is 1. So x equals 6 or x equals 4 are both possibilities for x.